are watching Channel Adrian TV.
Yo, YouTube up. Welcome back to Channel Adrian TV, and y'all know me as Adrian. But before we get into today's video, y'all know what y'all need to do. Subscribe to the channel, like and comment on the videos. Also follow me on Rumble where I post there as well. And follow my other YouTube channels, the Room 1031 channel and the Room 1031's Clip channel. And if you see anything you want me to react to, please don't hesitate to reach out. Just hit me up on one of my social media platforms and they will be pinned in the description. Now, before we get into this video, for the smart men and women who are investing their money, make sure to invest in cat and dog food and don't buy the bag of goods that society and your mom and dad and everybody else are trying to sell you, because remember, it's trash in that bag. Now, I wanted to welcome you, class, to another lesson of Common Sense is Not Common. Now, I have a video clip that I'm going to play, and we're going to discuss facts over feelings. And the reason I'm starting to do these series is because as a society, I've come to realize that a majority of people are either dumb or no longer lack common sense. So I thought to myself, let me make an educational series to where we can educate people again with common sense. So let's watch the video.
I guess my question is, you said that they're both women, right? So what is a woman?
A woman is anyone who wants to identify as one.
A cat is a cat because they are a cat.
Like
this isn't a gotcha. It's just a genuine question.
I didn't have anything to say yet.
But what is a woman?
A person?
No, but what is the definition of what is a woman?
I don't know. I'm confused now.
I understand what your argument is. If I come out and I say a woman is someone who was born biologically a woman, I understand that that's where you're coming from. And I agree everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But I personally, as an individual, respect trans people. I
Sure.
respect trans women. So I'm not going to come on here and invalidate them by saying that. I understand completely where you're coming from. But just from my personal preference, I don't feel comfortable
Answering the question. Okay. No, hey, that's okay. What about you?
Not really interested in having this conversation about trans people anymore because you seem very clearly committed to misunderstanding.
Well, I am trying to understand. I'm just trying to get people's perspectives.
Now, they were having a discussion about what is a woman. So let's use Google. Now, what is the best biological definition of a woman? A person with two X chromosomes usually has female sex and reproductive organs and is therefore usually assigned biologically a female. A person with the XY chromosome usually has male sex and reproductive organs and is therefore usually assigned biologically a male. Now, you may be saying, well, Adrian, what does this video deal with? It deals with facts over feelings. And I have another clip done by another YouTuber and where they briefly go into what are facts and what are feelings.
Hi, this is Mary, your holistic recovery coach. Today I want to talk about a saying in the recovery communities that feelings aren't facts. Okay, what do we need to know about that saying? What does it really mean? And how can we best interpret it for our own well-being? So feelings aren't facts. I remember the first time someone threw that at me, the first time I heard that, and I didn't like it. I almost kind of took offense to it. I felt like it was discounting feelings, and that's not really the point of this saying. But let's break it down a little bit. So feelings aren't facts. Okay, feelings and facts are two different things for sure, right? Feelings are by nature tend to be more temporary, right? Feelings can change, and they're also subjective, meaning, they're based on the perspective of the person feeling them, right? Whereas facts tend to be a little more permanent, by definition, and are objective, right? So they don't change. Facts don't change based on someone's perspective. Actual facts are just actual facts and can't be changed.
Now, the reason I play both those clips is because they deal with each other. It's because that first clip, the women had a problem with saying what a woman was when it came to biology, because the feelings aspect was holding them back. Because if you remember the woman in the black saying she didn't want to be offensive. I don't know if the word was offensive. She said she didn't want to undermine trans women. And by all means, I don't have any hate towards trans people. if you want to be trans, that's fine. But when it comes to facts, they couldn't state the facts because their feelings were overriding the actual fact. So the reason I'm doing this video is because, y'all, common sense is no longer common. So we need to reteach people these basic principles. And yeah, I know it's stupid. You may think, Adrian, are you really going to do a series about common sense? Yes, I am, because for some reason, people seem to use more feelings over facts, which I do believe is wrong. Now, you can say a fact but misword it in such a way to where it can be wrong. I completely understand that. But if you remember, that's why I use the definition of what is the best biological definition of a woman. And we all know from school, a woman has the two X chromosomes and female reproductive organs. A man has an X and Y chromosome and male reproductive organs. And that's never going to change. No matter how you feel, that's still a fact. And that fact is never going to change. And this won't be the only episode I do of Common Sense is Not Common. But the reason I'm starting to do this series is because I'm starting to notice more men and women who are even older than me have have lost this basic principle in life. And I think if we continue to go this route in feelings over facts, the world is in trouble. But y'all, let me know what you think a woman is, and do you think feelings should trump facts? So let me know. I will see y'all in the next video.